It's DC101, Mike Jones here, and I have Matt, Adam, and Mike. Sub Radio. Hello, boys.
Hey.
Hello.
So we got a lot to talk about. I love that we get to chat and keep it local. Born, raised, everything here in the DMV. How are you guys doing? Is everything good so far? I mean, it's been quite a year, of course, for everyone, but are you guys holding on strong?
Yeah, I think so. Everyone's been good. It was a bit of an adjustment when the pandemic hit, but I think everything's been on the up for us.
And I want to get into that for sure, because I know you guys had plans that maybe got changed around quite a lot for that, but we'll get into all that in a little bit. I want to hear the Sub Radio story, because like you guys have a ton of folks following you now on Reddit and blowing up doing that, which I thought was very smart. We'll talk about that too, but I want to hear, like, where did the band start? Tell us the Sub Radio Batman Superman origin story.
It's actually funny you mentioned that. So we met in high school. Many of us were like close friends that we were just playing music together. And one day we kind of got together in my basement and started a band, the very basement that we're in right now. So going through the years together, we got better, played out a couple times. And then officially in 2016, we were like, hey, let's do a real band.
So why so long then to say officially a real band? Because I did see that when I was looking up stuff about you. It's like, we're not a band yet, but now we're going to make it officially official.
So we spent years and years and years, like high school, college, even after college, sort of doing weekend warrior type stuff, playing out at beer festivals and whatnot, and doing cover gigs. And that was fun. I think we were all enjoying ourselves. The band was like kind of a small proportion of our lives. And 2016, I guess we had an album to drop, and that was one motivator to sort of rebrand. We didn't like the name we were playing as. We liked Sub Radio. We wanted to rebrand and sort of look different and sound different. And we also just started putting a lot more time and effort into the band, and that has progressed pretty significantly. Most of us left full-time jobs a couple of years ago to do this full-time. We went on tour in 2019. And so it was all just part of that process. I think we just started getting a lot more serious about it.
How scary is that moment when you decide, all right, we're going for the band. We have good jobs. We got health insurance. We got a dental plan, all that stuff. We got money coming in. How scary is that moment to do that? Because I went through it myself with radio. I was like, you know what? I could do like a computer IT job, something that's stable. Now let me throw that all away and try this radio thing that's a 1 in a million shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a scary thing, but I would say what's kind of like the way that I looked at it was like, what's scarier? Like leaving the comfort of your 9 to 5 and what you're going to do tomorrow and all that stuff, or imagining 10 years from now, looking back, thinking about the amazing music that you make and the passion that you have for your artwork, and then never making the leap. Like, what's scarier? Like never taking the opportunity, or like, yeah. So we all weighed that, and we think like, man, we might as well just go for it. Like, life's short. Like we love this band. We love this music. We love this project. So we're going to go for it.
Now, does anyone, I know, how many people are in the band? You got 6 people?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Does anyone still have like a regular type of job? Anyone still doing stuff?
We're all making money some kind of way. Because the band is not.
Is that code for drug dealing? Are you? Is that? I'll move on to something else.
Yeah. Well, no, we're all like, I'm doing gig stuff. I'm doing Instacart. I'm doing DoorDash. Guys are Mike's doing freelance work for his old job. A lot of guys are doing stuff like that. Barry, our bass player, works at a clinic in Tyson's. And so we're all making money different ways. And we all have different situations. Some guys have been able to move in with family and cut costs that way and stuff. But all of us live separately. So there's no group Sub Radio house. And so there's a lot of rent to be accounted for. So we're making do. But the band is not making do right now for sure.
It's probably better, though, that you don't have the big group Sub Radio house, because especially with the last year, if you're living together and then you're practicing, and that's just going to be big fights. And well, you got the Oasis shirt on. You know how that story ends.
Oh yes, I do.
Well, guys, I want to hear more of the story and everything. The first tour, before we get to a song, the first tour, you said it was a couple years ago. Who was that with? And like, did you pack in your cars? Did you guys have the Sub Radio van, or like how does that progress going on?
So that was just by ourselves. We decided to just pack up and hit the road for
That's awesome.
unbelievable amount of time, which was 6 weeks for a first tour, which was the full country. And it was amazing. We bought a van. That was part of the whole job quitting conundrum, was everyone quit your job and then spend a whole crap ton of money all at once. So even more fuel to the scary fire. But we loved it. I mean, that was an amazing experience just to be able to see the entire country just from that aspect. But, to play shows along the way with like basically your childhood friends, I mean, that's a dream come true.
And did you guys get along the whole time? Like, that's a totally different aspect than hanging out in your basement and jamming some music, but everyone was cool. Everyone had a great time doing it.
I think it was funny. I think we all had about a 10-day adjustment period on the road of like having very high expectations at the beginning, maybe crashing from those expectations a little bit when like you have to sleep in the same crappy hotel room every night and like go to the bathroom in sheets every day. But then like sort of coming out of that, it was sometime we did a circuit around the country, and it was sometime when we got to like Texas, where I think we got into a rhythm of like, this is cool, actually. We get to do this for a month.
Well, the fact also that you said you had a hotel room, you weren't always in the van, that makes a big difference too.
Yes, we managed to make our way around the country not sleeping in the van entirely. That was great. We got to crash with some friends and family sometimes, and made it into some cheap hotels when we could. So we were not sleeping in Rufus. The name of our van is Rufus.
Is that Rufus from Bill and Ted?
No, it's the guy that the way that we got the van is it was an old coworker of mine, and I freaking love this dude. I think he's the coolest guy. So he gave us a super deal on the van, and I was like, the one requirement that I have is we have to name the van after him. So
Rufus is a great name for a van, though. I love that. When you guys are doing that first tour, like, did you book all the shows and everything? Like, you called ahead? I mean, there's not really the Band 101 handbook. It's kind of trial by fire. So how do you learn all that stuff?
There is not a handbook. We connected with a booking agent who set up, it was sort of a hodgepodge of dates. And that was sort of the trade-off of us being such a tiny band and going on such a big tour. So some of these dates were, like paid bar gigs. Some of them were opening for somebody. Some of them were just headliners at small venues. It was kind of all over the place, but it got us around the country in a straight line. I mean, some of these shows were like super huge hits. Some of them were super huge misses, and that's kind of what you get when you go on tour for the first time. But we made a lot of friends, and we found a lot of rooms that we want to go back to.
I would also say the highlight was definitely when we came back and played DC9, because it was the last show on the tour. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Great job doing that. Not like, all right, we played in, the middle of North Carolina. We came home and we did it at home to wrap this thing up. That's awesome. DC9 is such a great spot.
Love it.
Yeah. It was actually the last place I saw a show before everything shut down. So,
damn.
I think, do you know our friends, the Orphan the Poet?
I do.
Yeah. I think I remember like being at that show.
Yes.
Right before the pandemic, because they stayed here in this basement actually.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
those guys are the best. They're I can't wait to see them again. I know they got big things that they're working on right now. That's very cool. Well, do you guys want to play a song? Can we get some music going?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
That'd be awesome. All right, what are we gonna play? What are you guys gonna jam for us?
I think we're gonna do Out of My Mind first.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Give us a sec and we'll get it rolling.
That's cool. We could do the magic video cut. We're gonna cut from here and then go to there.
Nice. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Get set up.
All right.
Screams down the highway. Besides you, nothing in my way. Midnight photo booth, drunk in starlight. Bad news, but oh that night you were out of my mind. try to go where you haven't. Oh, nothing ever can relieve you. Oh, bad news. But oh, that night you were out of my mind. Some doors turn to windows, turn to walls. Some girls never look before the fall. Some girls sympathy is hard to find. Sometimes for a moment you're out of my mind. I had a dream last night. I was moving on with life. There was a deep blue sky. Some doors turn to windows, turn to walls. Some girls hear the whispers in the wall. Some boys dream of moving all night. Sometimes for a moment you're out of my mind.
Tight.
That was awesome.
We gotta unmute you so we can hear you again.
There we go.
All good, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got
That
you.
was awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. By the way, where can I get two wacky inflatable tube men that are small enough to fit in a house? Because I got a lot of room behind me here in the Pillow Fort studio that I could fill up with one of those.
I think we pretty much get them from like tubemen.com or something.
Lookyourway.com. So.
They're a little loud though.
They are loud. They're incredibly loud.
I couldn't hear him. That sounded great. No, that was awesome. You know, and is everyone going to hang out for a few minutes while we talk some more?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, the performance we just saw, you guys are doing that once a week now on Reddit. You guys are on there doing it.
Yeah. Once a week on Reddit. Yeah. Generally on Wednesdays, but sometimes schedules get in the way. So yeah, once a week though.
It's just pretty cool that you guys figured out how to do all this stuff. It looks awesome. It sounded great. And the fact that you're able to figure that out, because a lot of people are like, I'm just going to set my phone up and hopefully this works or something like that, you know?
For sure. And we see a lot of people doing that and just thought we could do better than that. Like that's a market inefficiency. Like we can provide something other people aren't providing. I think
And like no offense to them or anything, but you know, right now over the last year, you know, you guys aren't on the level yet of the Foo Fighters or the Chili Peppers. You got to do what you got to do to get your name out there and play shows. And this is your show every week. This is like our steady weekend gig that we have, like a band might have before.
for sure. This has been our tour. I mean, this has literally been our tour that we should have done last year and didn't get to do. So
now, what got you guys on Reddit? Because when I think about doing live stream shows, Reddit is not the first thing that comes to mind. That's the place I go for memes and like, oh, I can find out about this and that, but certainly not tours. But then I look into it, man, musicians on there have a big audience.
Yeah. So it kind of came about from just late night doom scrolling on the pandemic. Late at night, and I was going through Reddit and I saw some guy like looping some stuff on his keyboard, and I was like, this guy's got like 6,000 people watching him. That's crazy. So then we decided, hey, let's give it a shot. The first time we got like 2,000 people. Second time we got 40,000. We were like, that's insane. And the third time, we got 384,000 people the third time we streamed. And truly, it's only really gotten bigger from there. We're just blown away.
Do you guys think about that when you're playing? You're like, holy crap, we got, football fields of people watching us right now. It's ridiculous.
At any one time on some of these streams, we'll have 6,000 or 7,000 people viewing. And you think about, it's just a number on a screen, but like that's literally the anthem. Like that is that is every seat in the anthem, and that's pretty wild.
When that place is packed up, you can't move. That's how many people you have watching you at one time right now. That's a pretty good gig to have every week too now.
Yeah.
Have you guys connected with people? Like, do you talk to fans on Reddit and say like, I don't know, maybe there are people listening in Europe or watching in Russia or something like that. Are you getting people from all around the world?
Yeah, I mean, we were going to go on a national tour, and this ended up being like a international tour. We've got now people all over the world. We started a Discord channel, and we have people from Europe, people from Asia, tons of people from the US and Canada tuning into our Reddit streams every week and in our Discord channel. And we're talking to people all the time on Instagram and on Twitter. And it's really like blown us up. And we've been communicating with people all over. We're getting radio play in Japan now. So yeah, I mean, it's been going really well internationally for us.
That is so crazy. Now, when the time comes, and it looks like the time's getting sooner, at least, are you starting to look at these places of like, you know, we did one tour around the US, like, are we going to do more US tours before we go outside of the country? Or are you thinking maybe we can hit Europe? Maybe we can go to England and France and Germany. Can you picture that stuff a lot sooner than later?
Well, I mean, I think for all of us, it would be an absolute dream to get out of the country and tour. Some of us have lived overseas, like Mike. I'm a UK citizen as well.
Oh, really? That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would be, I mean, I have family over there, so it'd be amazing for them to catch a show in their country and play like Band on the Wall or something over in Manchester, which I've been to a few times. But yeah, I don't know if we have any plans at this moment to tour in Europe. I think it's more of a dream, but US tour, absolutely. And definitely Canada as well. So that counts international, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, with Mayor Bowser just announcing the other day, opening up DC in June, and, you know, cities all around the country are like, all right, we've seen what's been going on. We're looking at the numbers more and more. So are you guys having those, you don't have to say anything yet, but are you having those conversations with other places right now of looking like, all right, we're going to make this happen?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the Reddit streams connected us to a booking agent at APA. And so we've been working on getting on the road later in the year, and we can't say anything specific because we don't know anything specific, but we are really hoping to be on the road, either supporting somebody or on our own by the end of the year for sure.
So you guys and Rufus, you're ready to do it again. He's all, well, he'll be gassed up, ready to roll.
Yeah. In a couple weeks when you can go to a gas station, Rufus will have gas station.
You got, instead of pulling your gear behind you, you should just fill up an extra tank of gas behind you and pull that. It'll be a lot easier for you. Let me ask you this. When you guys are out there on the road, what were some of your favorite places you found to play? Because there are so many great spots. Like, you know, in DC, of course, you think immediately the 930 Club, and in Philly, it was, they had the Electric Factory. Now it's Franklin Music Hall. Like, what were some of the great places you guys got to hit up?
There were a couple on the last national that we did. One that comes to mind is the Hi-Hat in Los Angeles. That room is absolutely sick. We saw a couple bands play there when we were tracking with our old producer a few EPs ago, and so it was really cool to be able to go back to that room and play. It's a sick stage. It's a sick room. And the people are really warm and friendly over there. And another highlight of ours, I think generally, is Denver. We had a really great experience playing. What's that place called in Denver?
It really was.
Remember?
It was kind of it was half a venue and half a bowling alley.
Yeah, and
cool.
like work something. Yeah, something.
I believe it was called Moe's, but not the Moe's that you're familiar with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those two cities come to mind. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I remember a place called Sam's Burger Joint, which is in San Antonio, and it's a beautiful venue. It's like a 300 cap venue, in a really lovely part of San Antonio. And we were not at the size that we should have been to be playing that room, so it was fairly empty when we were there. But the stage was lovely, and the folks working there were great. And I would love to go back there when we're capable of drawing more than like 25 people to the room, because it was.
Look, not every night's going to be 6,000 in the stream. That's okay. That's okay. You know, that's part of the growing pains. Look, not, you know, every band goes through it. They do.
That was an awesome room, and they had great burgers. So
they did it.
Hey, look, free food on the road is one of the best perks of the gig too. If you can get that hookup, that's awesome. Is it hard when you guys are out there? I say this because I just watched Dave Grohl's movie. Have you guys seen What Drives Us yet?
I heard about it, but haven't seen it yet.
Okay, it's all about van life. You guys, like, you've done the tour now, but you should still watch it. It's a great movie. But I was thinking when I was watching it, when you're out on the road, is it hard to limit yourself? Like you only have, 18 inches per butt on the van seats. Is it hard to limit yourself of what you get on the road? Like, I really want a souvenir of this, but I'm just going to take a picture. We got to go. That's it.
Man, I would say like there are so many things you want to do in every city that you get to, and you probably get to do like 1 out of 10. Like specifically what we were doing, we didn't really spend a lot of off days in cities. So I think some of the only places we got off days were LA. We got an off day in Eugene.
Yeah, we got to slow down a little bit on the West Coast. We got to spend some time in like LA and Seattle.
Yeah, Northern California.
Yeah.
Susanburg. Susanville. Yeah.
A lot of the East Coast though was just like straight up and down. Yeah. We got lots of cities. So
because there's so many places right near each other. We're on the West Coast. It's like LA, and then San Francisco's 5 hours away, or Oakland if you're going up that way, and then another 5 hours to Oregon and everything.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are experienced people, and so when we had off days, we would be out in wherever we were, not necessarily accumulating things, but like we had an off day. Show fell through at the last second. We were out by like in Northern California. We like switched our plans, switched our route, went up into the like redwoods, went for a hike. We had an off day in New York. We swung by Niagara Falls, like that kind of stuff. And that was all that stuff is kind of unplanned before we went on tour, but that's the kind of stuff that we liked.
That's awesome. Like the redwoods in California, I've seen them once. I went to Muir Woods when we were out there in San Francisco. It was unreal. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that whole part of the country was wild for us because I think for a lot of us, it was our first time since we were kids being out there.
Now, you guys said also that you did some recording out in LA. When you guys do shows, will you plan recording and some sessions around that stuff too? Will you try to get some studio time doing that too?
Maybe. We don't have plans to do that. We've actually been doing a lot of tracking and producing and mixing all internally with our own home studios. That's how we've been doing all of our new singles. Is everything is done in-house. We haven't been working with any external anybody except for mastering. Kyle is our mixing engineer and recording. He does our tracking as well. And we do all of our songwriting internally. Like, it's very much a homegrown project. We would love to do that. Not to say that we would not be open to it. We would love to go out to a studio in LA, like producers, whole bells and whistles, everything. We would love to do that. We just haven't been doing that recently, so we don't necessarily have plans to do that. But man, if it's in the cards, then we would love that.
But that's all right though, because it teaches you guys another aspect of your craft and learning that stuff. Like, the recording part, that could be some of the hardest part too, of getting the microphones just right on your drums or your amplifier or something, getting that perfect tone that you can record,
Yeah, I think another thing is because of the pandemic, a lot of us have gotten a lot better at that, truthfully, because now we can kind of send demos back and forth, whereas a year or two ago, that wasn't really possible. So it kind of forced us to up our game a bit in that respect.
Now, do you guys, since there are 6 of you in the band, does everybody contribute with the songwriting? Do you each bring ideas to the table all the time?
It's been a pretty evolved process since we started writing songs. We've been writing songs together for like 12 years now. I mean, back when we were in high school, it'd be like, hey, I got the song, here are all the parts, you guys go learn them, we'll play it at the next show. It certainly evolved from there. I think now our songwriting process generally is that typically Matt will have instrumental demos sort of gamed out, maybe a verse and a chorus of something. He might pop that over to me. Maybe I have a hook idea, and okay, now we feel like we have a song brewing, and we can take that to the rest of the guys. We can take that to the rest of the guys here in the basement, and flesh out what the rest of the song should be, what the exact parts are. Maybe we need to switch a drum fill. But so the songs are getting launched generally by Matt, and then I'll drop some vocals on top of them, and then everybody will come together to sort of like craft it into the final song.
Well, that's cool too, that you guys have known each other for so long. It's like, all right, we know everything about everybody. Maybe there's not going to be that, I don't know if I want to tell this story in a song because it's about me. But at this point, you're like, no, we all know these stories. We're putting them out there.
for sure.
Yeah, that's very cool. I want to mention to everyone too, that on Saturday, the 22nd, it's coming up in a couple days. You guys are going to be at Jam and Java, your first, well, I don't want to say real show because you've been doing shows, but your first out and about show in a long time. It's a free show. You got to RSVP at jamandjava.com. And there is going to be more coming up very soon for Sub Radio. So that's awesome. Do you guys want to do another song?
Let's do another song.
Let's
We
do
just
one.
put this one out not that long ago. It's called King of My Heart, and I think it's pretty cool.
Well, let's jam it then. Let's do it, guys. It's Sub Radio and King of My Heart.
Give me my
Give us
verb
one
back,
second.
and then we're good.
Yeah.
I can't sing without my verb.
I'll find it once. I'll get that bridge right eventually.
You had a dream, what does it mean? I knew it, but I couldn't say. Sun overhead, we're still in bed, nowhere to be at all today. Hand to my heart, I've always been the subject, that's true. Watching the stars for the largest constellation, and that's you. You are the king of my heart, got the key to my body, and I think everyone knows. You are the king of my heart, when nobody's around me, you got me under control. You, look at me, babe. Everywhere you see the light touch, that's yours. Sky opens up, heaven erupts, and I don't even have to touch you. You are the king of my heart, got the key to my body, and I think everyone knows. You are the king of my heart, when nobody's around me, you got me under control. Sour Skittles on my tongue, baby, you're the only one. Bring the servants to the throne, even when you say so, baby, you're the only one. I don't hit the floor for no one but you are the king of my heart, got the key to my body, and I think everyone knows. You are the king of my heart, when nobody's around me, you got me under control. Tight.
We're back.
We have you back.
I knew to wait this time for the applause on King of My Heart. That was great, guys. I like that a lot. And is there, I'm sure you're working on more music. Is there anything we could talk about yet? Or is that another secret that we got to keep under wraps right now?
Oh, why the heck not? We have a new song. It's coming out on June 11th. The song is called Talk About LA. I think we'll leave it at that. And
Okay.
the song is coming. And
That's awesome. And there will be big grandiose celebrations for it, fireworks, a parade, all of that.
There will indeed.
Yes.
So I want to remind everyone, you can catch Sub Radio, their first show out in a while, at Jam and Java coming up on Saturday, the 22nd of May. And You can RSVP for that. It's a free show. You got to RSVP, though, so they can keep it safe and socially distanced, of course, at jamandjava.com. What else, guys? What else is going to be in the future? So you got the new song coming on June 11th, and I'm sure more after that. There's the plan. There's the game plan. Getting back out. What else? What else can we expect from Sub Radio soon?
Well, we're going to keep doing our thing on the streams. We got those every week. We think they're super, super fun, and we tend to debut stuff there before they come out anywhere else. So we recommend that you watch them. For that,
Where can we watch? Where can we watch them?
You can watch them on Reddit. And frankly, the easiest way to find them, because Reddit can be a confusing platform if you're not familiar with it, is to just jump on our Instagram story. We will always post a link before we go live. And we'll also post up our schedule every week. So that
it's at Sub Radio Band, right?
That is indeed Sub Radio.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, at Sub Radio Band. Get that in there. Guys, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you, hanging out at DC9 or the Anthem or wherever it's going to be. I know big things are going to happen for Sub Radio, and this has been a blast getting to know you guys a little bit today, but I'm sure we'll be doing more things down the road.
So cool to be on here, man. Thanks for having us.
All right, last question. What's your favorite cover song to play?
Oh, good question.
Because I know you guys did a lot of them to start, so I'm putting you on the spot with that one.
Yeah, we have a huge roster. I would say right now my favorite cover to play is Dancing in the Moonlight, which is an oldie but a goodie, and I think we have a cool spin on it. It's just fun. Everybody likes that song.
What about you? What about you guys? What else?
We do a version of Redbone by Childish Gambino. Yeah. I really like that.
That's nice.
It's super fun to play that one.
Yeah, an all-timer for us is Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy. Yeah. That song is so fun. I do it. I'm the drummer. I do a thing where I pick up one of the cymbals and play it in the bridge. Yeah, it's super hype, super fun. We've been playing that one for a long time.
It's fantastic. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I can't wait to see you. Let's make a promise. When we get to do the first show together live and I get to come out and see you, will you do Sugar We're Going Down during it? Can I see the cymbal in action in person?
Yeah.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Sub Radio, this has been a lot of fun, guys. One more time, hit up everyone with your socials, where they can find you, all of that.
All of our ats are Sub Radio Band. That is everything. That's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's TikTok, that's Facebook, that's literally our email. We've got a website, subradio.com. We're on Reddit. We play on Reddit every single week. Follow us on Instagram for all the details. We have a Discord server now. You can find it on our Instagram or our Reddit page. We have a subreddit r/subradio. We are very on the internet. If you put in Sub Radio in Google, we are the only thing that comes up. So find us, connect with us. We respond to every message. And yeah, get in touch with us.
I love it. Guys, this has been a great time. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us, man.
All right.